So today also we are discussing JavaScript basics. Okay. In our last session, we have discussed about variable declaration, data types, operators, and conditions. So in the conditions we discussed if else, nested if else. Then we also discussed about switch statement as well. Okay. Okay. So we will just recap them and then we will be discussing loops today. Okay. We'll be discussing the loops today. Okay. So to practice the JavaScript, we have to use background scripts here. Okay. So here to declare the variable, we have to use var keyword. Variable name always should start with small letter. My name. So here, if you see any capital letter in the middle of the word, that you call it as camel case. So variables should always follow camel case. Okay, JavaScript variables will follow camel case. So here you will assign a value to this particular variable using equal to operator. You will assign a value to this variable using equal to operator. So I am assigning value here as 50. So 50 value I am assigning to this variable. Okay. Likewise, you can assign any data type value to variables. You can assign any data type value to variables. Where my age is equal to my name is equal to, here I am actually passing string type value. This is string type value. So here I am actually assigning integer type value. Where my profession is equal to software. So here, if you don't define software, if you don't define software not in the single quotes, that also will be considered as variable. Okay, software also will be considered as variable. Okay. So what is it telling? Software is not defined. So that means variable, it is treating this as variable. If you keep this in a single quotes, then it will be considered as value. If you don't keep that in a single quotes, that will be considered as variable. Okay. You will be declaring variable using var keyword. We should start with a small letter. It should always follow the camel case. You will assign a value to this variable using equal to operator, and you can assign any data type values to the variables. That is what we discussed. And we have different data types available. We have string type. This is string type. This is actually integer type, Boolean type. Okay. So if you declare a variable where my name is equal to, if you declare a variable, but you didn't assign any value, then that comes under undefined. That comes under undefined. We have array, we have object type, we have array type. We have floating point type. So you can assign any data type values. You can assign any data type values to the variables. Okay. Okay. And also we discussed about operators like plus operator. So plus operator is an addition operator as well as concatenation operation as well. Addition operator as well as concatenation operator as well. I will teach you. So what is this addition operator and all? So where A is equal to 10 I am giving here. Okay. Where B is equal to 15 I am giving here. Okay. Where A is equal to 10, where B is equal to 15. So if I have to add these two values, I can use plus operator. Okay. So gs.print A plus B. So total you will get it as 15. Sorry, A plus B, 10 plus 15, 25. Okay. So see here, I am actually taking where x is equal to my name is. Okay. Where y is equal to Uday Gadiparthi. So I have to combine these two values. This is called concatenation. So it is also nothing but appending the values. So if I have to concatenate these two strings, in this case also we'll use plus keyword. Okay. gs.print x plus y, small y. So JavaScript is a case sensitive. If you use variable as x here, you have to use small x only. If you use small x here, if you use capital X here, it will not work. JavaScript is a case sensitive. Suppose you defined where my capital N, NAME, but when you are using that variable, you defined my small n, NAME, it will not work. JavaScript is a case sensitive. In place of capital letter, you have to use always capital letter. In place of small letter, you have to always use small letter. So here, in place of Y, if I use capital Y, do you think it will work? So what is it telling? Y is not defined. I am using small y here. X plus Y. So here we'll say like my name is Uday Gadiparthi. So here there is no space between is and Uday Gadiparthi. We have to add that space. How do you add that space? Single quotes plus. Okay. So you're adding space here. Now you tell me here, you see here, my name is Uday Gadiparthi. So likewise, plus is a both addition operator as well as concatenation operator as well. Okay. Okay. So in the addition only we have multiple things available. So we have plus equal to operator. Plus equal to operator. This is actually also an appending operator. Okay. X plus is equal to 15. X plus is equal to 15. What exactly it means? So it means X is equal to X plus 15. X is equal to X plus 15. So here what is X here? 10. So X is equal to 10 plus 15. See, X plus is equal to 15 means X is equal to X plus 5. Got my point? So again here I am giving X plus is equal to 25. It means X is equal to X plus 25. See, first let me declare this as X here. So X is equal to 10. So 10, X is equal to 10 plus 15. 25. X is equal to 25 plus 25. Then When you print the value, when you print the X value, you will get it as 50. So you have got it as 50. So you guys are able to understand, right? Plus is equal to, hmm? If you have to add the values multiple times to the same variable, you will have to use plus is equal to. See, if you want to add the value or concatenate the value to the same variable multiple times, you will use plus is equal to operator. Okay. So then we have two more important operators. Those are actually plus operator, minus operators, which are useful for the loops. Okay. Sai Kumar, no space matters. Space doesn't matter, Sai Kumar. Okay. Fine. So here we have to discuss about plus operator, minus operator. So these are the important operators which we have to understand before we understand the loops concept. So what exactly this plus operator does is that plus operator will add one value. Minus operator will subtract one value. Okay, so x value is 10, right? So I am using x plus. So it will add one value to the 10 value. It means 11. So if I print this one, right? So you will get the x value as 11 here. You have got the x value here as 11. What if I use minus here? It will subtract one value. You will get the value here as 9. Suppose here I am using minus operator 3 times here. So it will remove 3 values. So 10 minus 1, 9 minus 1. Okay. 9 minus 1, 8 minus 1. So total you will get it as 7 now. Plus operator will add one value. If you use plus 2 times, it will add two values. Okay. Hmm? Semicolon is required. So now what is the answer for this one? What is the answer for this one? Okay. So these plus operators are useful when we are discussing loops. Okay. So we also discussed about if condition, else condition. We also discussed about nested if else as well. We also discussed about switch condition as well. Okay. So in the conditions also, we will be able to see one simple one. Instead of if else, right? Instead of if else, we can use ternary operator. Ternary operator. So ternary operator will be question mark, colon. Okay, before question mark, condition will come. Before question mark, condition will come. Okay. 10 greater than 9. 10 greater than 9. So 10 greater than 9 or not? Yes, right? So if it is true, it will give the Boolean value true or false. If the condition is true, immediately after the question mark, whatever we read, right, gs.print condition is true. Okay. After the colon, it is not a semicolon, it is a colon. After the colon, condition false. See, if this condition is true, after the question mark, whatever is written, that will be executed. If the condition is false, after the semicolon, after the colon, whatever is written will be executed. Okay. If the condition is true, whatever is written after the question mark will be executed. That means true part will be after the question mark. False part will be after the colon. So condition is true, right? If I execute this one, condition is true. It is quite simple, right? So here I am saying 0 is greater than 9. Condition false, right? It will go to condition false. Instead of if else, you can also use this one. Okay. Got my point, right? So instead of if else, we can also use this ternary operator. Okay. So we also will discuss about one more if else condition, so that we will be able to recall it. Where age is equal to some number I am giving here, 78 I am giving here. Okay. If the guy is between 25 and 50, or if the guy is above 18, so above 18 and below 40, we can call him as adult, right? Adult, right? Or let us say if a guy is between 25 and 50, then we call him as younger, or we call him as elder, and the remaining persons we don't call him as an elder. Let us take a different example. If a guy is above 50, we call him as an elder. Below 50, we don't call him as an elder. Okay. So if else, okay, here in this within this brackets, you have to write the condition. Age greater than 50, greater than or equal to 50. Okay. Elder. Not elder. 78. Okay. Variable name should be age, right? So 78 is greater than or equal to 50, right? So we should get the output as elder. If I am giving here as 18 here, not elder. Same logic, we will try to achieve it using ternary operator. Age greater than or equal to 50 question mark. Colon. Okay. So I am just removing this if else here. So I'm using ternary operator. So 18 is less than 50, right? So we should get the output as not elder. So are we getting not elder or not? Okay. If we use here as 58. Well done. Okay, fine. Now we will go and discuss about the loops, guys. Loops. What are these loops? If you want to do the same thing 10 times, if you want to do the same things 50 times, or if you want to do the same thing number of time, okay, let us say where my name is equal to Uday Gadiparthi. Okay. So if I have to print this, Uday Gadiparthi name 10 times, what we do? gs.print, gs.print, you will take the variable name, you will write 10 times. You will write 10 times. What if you have to write it 100 times? Hmm? What if you have to write 100 times? What if you have to write it 1000 times? Hmm? You lose patience, right? So instead of that, what I do is that if I have to do the same thing, right? Instead of printing it 10 times, I will loop through 10 times. I will loop them 10 times. How do I loop them? By using for loop. For this is the for loop syntax. So in this loop, I have to write the loop here, where I am declaring a variable here, where I is equal to 0. 10 times, right? I less than 10. Okay. So here you will be using plus plus operator. I plus plus. So what it does? 0 less than 10. True. It will increment one number. 0 plus 1, 1. Okay. So what it does? It will print Uday Gadiparthi name one time. So I plus plus will become 1, right? Again it will loop. So 1 less than 10. True. 1 plus plus 1, 2. It will print second time. So 2 less than 10. 2 plus plus 3. 3 less than 10. 3 plus plus 4. 4 less than 10. Likewise, it will be printing 10 times. So instead of writing gs.print 10 times, it will loop through 10 times. It has looped through 10 times or not. If I have to loop through it 100 times, I'll just give the number here. It will print Uday Gadiparthi name 100 times. Okay. Instead of writing the same line multiple times, we will use loops. That loop will actually run the script multiple times. Got my point? Hmm? So I think you all know what is glide record. Let me just unmute everyone. Guys, you all know what is glide record, right? Charan, Abdul. Hmm? So everybody know what is glide record, right? Guys. So why do we use glide record, guys? You tell me. You remember or you forgot? You answer me.
It is used to perform the CRUD operation.
Yes, very good. So glide record is used to do the CRUD operations. Okay. So CRUD operations means on any table we can do the CRUD operations. Okay. Let us take in our case, I am opening our case records here. So in our case table, how many records are there here? 18 records are there. I have to create 10 records at a time. I have to create 10 records at a time. So to create 10 records, what I will do? I will not glide record 10 times. I let glide record only in the one time in the for loop, where declaring glide record using gr variable is equal to new glide record. So on which table? Our case table. U underscore our underscore case. Okay, on the our case form, what are all the fields that are there? So caller, short description, description, these three field values I want to fill in. Okay. Gr dot set value u underscore caller, comma. So caller is a reference field, right? In the reference fields, do we pass the system ID or do we pass the name? System ID. What if I have to pass the name? You will use set display value. Gr dot. So here you have to use capital letter, V capital letter. U underscore description, comma, test record gr dot set value u underscore description. Okay. Gr dot insert. Insert will actually create the record, right? So here I want to create 10 records. Okay. So this for loop will loop through 10 times. This glide record script will be executed 10 times so that it will create 10 records. See, if I have to create one record, I have to uncomment this one. This will run only one time. This script will be executed 10 times if you if you execute this for loop. Okay. Now you can see here how many records are there in total here. We have in total 18 records are there. Okay. So if I execute this line of script, right? Here total 10 records got created. So you go here, you can see just now 10 records got created. 1, 2, 3, just now. All these records created just now. Total 10 records got created. Okay. So why it has created 10 records? Because this loop has run. This loop has run this script 10 times. 10 records got created. Okay. So you guys can ask me. With the same values, it has created 10 records, right? What is the use of it? Creating the same values, using the same values, creating the 10 records. What is the use of it? So guys, we can also make these values as well dynamic. Okay. We'll create a variable where array is equal to record 1 2. I am taking different short descriptions. Okay, these are short descriptions. Consider 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so here this array will loop through here. The short description of I. So I means index 1, index 0. So short description of 0 means test record 1. Short description of 1 means test record 2. Short description of 2 means test record 3. So likewise, I am making this short description dynamic. Now I am creating 10 more records. The different short descriptions. You can see test record 1, test record 9, test record 5. The different short descriptions it has created the record, right? So likewise, we will be using loops to do the same thing multiple times. Understand my point? I've created 10. See, using glide record, we can create one record. If you use for loop, if you want to create as many records, those many records you can create. But my point, use of the for loop. We will be using this for loop to iterate multiple records. Okay. Fine, right? What is the purpose of for loop and all? Everybody is clear, right? Okay. Now we will be able to understand about a while loop. Okay. Let me just take this script out. So guys, whatever we are able to do it using for loop, same things we can also do it using while loop as well. Same things we can also do it using while loop as well. So how to do it using while loop and all, now we will be learning. See, it is same as for loop only. In the for loop, what we will do, we will declare the for loop here. Okay. Here you will define where I is equal to 0. I is equal to 0. Semicolon. I less than 10. So you will increment the value I plus plus here. This is the syntax. So that this for loop will be executed 10 times. Okay. But when it comes to the while loop, okay, when it comes to the while loop, so this is the syntax of while loop. This is the syntax of while loop. So here in the while, right, you will only write the condition. Remember, you will only write the condition. So where I is equal to 0, you will define outside. Where I is equal to 0, I is equal to 0, you will define outside. Okay. I less than 10, you will define only the condition within the while loop. I less than 10. So you will define I plus plus here in the within the while loop. I plus plus. So for loop syntax is little bit different comparatively while loop. Okay. So instead of using variable, I'm directly defining my name here. I'm writing directly my value here. Okay. So it will also print 10 times. It has printed Uday Gadiparthi name 10 times, right? So what if I have to print 100 times? I will change the number here as 100 times. Okay. So the difference between normal for loop syntax and while loop syntax, you guys are able to understand. So I declared variable outside of this while loop. I defined the condition in the while loop. I less than 10, I less than 100, I less than n number. So I'm incrementing the value here within the while loop. So here 0, 0 less than 100. So 0 plus plus means 1. So next 1, 1 less than 100. 1 less than 100. So Uday Gadiparthi name will be printed. 1 plus plus 2. 2 less than 100. 2 plus plus 3. 3 less than 100. 3 plus plus 4. 4 less than 100. Okay, 5. 5 less than 100. 6. 6 less than 100. Likewise, 100 times it will be printing my name. Okay. So if I have to create 100 hour case records, okay. So then I will write glide record within this while loop. So here, if you don't write this in the strings, that will be considered as variable, right? Did I define this test variable anywhere in the script? Did I define did I define test variable anywhere in the script? No, right? So I'm writing in the strings. It will create total 100 records now. So it is not creating the record. May I know the reason why is it not creating the record? May I know the reason why is it not creating the record? Guys, please. I would request you guys to go through the glide record session one more time. Very good. gr.insert. Very good. Nikita, very good. gr.insert we have to use. It is missing. So if you miss this line, it will not create the records. So now it will create 100 records in total now. If you take a look at here, it would have created 100 records here. 138 records. 100 records got created, right? Okay. So using for loop also you can do the same thing. Using while loop also you can do the same thing. Okay. Using do while loop also you can do the same thing. Okay. Using do while loop. Okay. So how do you define do while loop is that where I is equal to 0, do while. Okay. So I think you don't have to define this one. Do while. So here you will mention I less than 10. Okay. I plus plus gs dot. So here you will also print that 10 times. See here also we are incrementing the values. Here also we are doing the same thing. I is equal to 0. So 0 plus plus 1. 1 less than 10. 1 less than 10. So likewise, it will be looping through each record. It will be looping through 10 times. If you use 100 number here, These are called loops. So loops are used to do the same thing multiple times. We will use loops. Okay. Everybody is clear, right? So these are the things that we will be using in the ServiceNow system. If you revise previous sessions as well, when we query the records, while we are discussing the CRUD operations, when we query the records, we'll have to loop through each record. How do we loop through each record? Using while loop. Now, if you go through the previous sessions, you will be able to understand it better. Okay. You will be able to understand it better. Understand my point? Okay. Okay. So now I will tell you, there is one more thing that is called JSON. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. Okay. So why do we use this JSON is that to convert object into strings. Okay, where obj is equal to, I'm creating an object. So in the object, how do you create the object is that object is combination of key values. So key is actually my name. My name, colon, Uday Gadiparthi, comma, my age, colon, 50, comma, my profession, comma, software. So this is an object, right? To convert this object, data type is object, right? To convert this data type object into string, we will use JSON dot stringify. So I am using gs dot print okay, JSON dot stringify. So this object data type, right? Object data type, right? So this object data type will be converted as string data type. See, here you are getting here as string type. So if you don't use JSON dot stringify, if you use object here, so type of will be object. I am converting object into string using JSON dot stringify. That is what we have used in our last session. Understand my point? Everybody is clear, right? So I am converting this object into string using JSON dot stringify. Okay. Object. So now you can see this is actually of string type. Okay. This type of is used to check the data type. Which data type is it? Type of is used to check which type of data type it is. Is it object data type or string data type? Which type of data type it is? To check, we will use JSON dot stringify. Okay. So now you will get the now you will, if you print this one, right? So here this is a string. This is not an object. Okay. So let us say you have string here to convert the string into again as an object. Okay. If you have to convert this string into again as an object. Okay. Well, what we will do is gs.print type of, I have to show the data type, right? JSON dot parse. JSON dot parse object. Okay. This string again I am converting into object. Now you can see the type of data type will be object here. Okay. Leave about this one. See here, this object, this is not, by default an object. This object I am converting as string using JSON.stringify. Okay. So then it will become string, right? That string again I am actually converting as an object using JSON.parse. Understand my point? That is what we have used. Okay. JSON.parse and JSON.stringify, you guys are clear, right? Okay. Fine. Please go on mute.
సరే కనీసం 200 ఉండదా
Chandrasekhar. Okay. So now we will be discussing functions. Okay. So well guys, when you are declaring the function, in the function you have to remember return statement. Return statement will pass the output. Okay, I am declaring a function here. Function you will declare it using function name. Add two values. Add two values. Okay. So I am using return statement here. Return in the return A plus B. Okay. You have to pass A as an input. You have to pass B as an input. Okay. So what you will do is you will use this function name, add two values. See in the calculator, right? Once you click on 10 plus 5 equal to, immediately this function will be executed. Okay, in this input, what exactly it does is that it will pass three parameters. One is a value. A value here I am passing 10 here. Okay, it will pass B value. B value I am here passing as 20 here. It will also pass plus operator as well. Okay, so here this 10 will go to here. This 20 will go to here. So within this function, right, it will calculate it. 10 plus 20, 30. Return, whatever you return, right, that will come as an output. Okay. So let me just print that gs.print. This return statement is very important one. So you have got the output as 10, right? So here I'm here passing as 50 here. 70. So whatever is mentioned in the return statement, that will come as output. Return statement is very important. Return statement is very important. Okay. So this is how you will declare the function. You will call the function using function name. This is the function name. In the function name, you will pass the parameters. Once you pass these parameters, it will calculate the values using return statement that will give the output here. Okay, that is what we have to remember. I think yesterday somebody was actually keep on pinging in the group. I think Naveen. Hello. Naveen.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah. So now it's your turn, Naveen.
Yeah. Just 1 second.